Well, good afternoon, everybody. It is about 3:30 in the afternoon on a Friday, and that is way too late in the day for me to be doing a video because my house is so dark. But I'm going to give it a shot anyway. I'm in my dining room. I've switched places and I've moved a lamp in here, actually an ot light, and I'm not sure ots are really telling the truth about getting the natural color because this kind of makes my hair look pinkish, but it's not pink, and it's anyway. I don't know. Before I go any farther, I want to say, McKenna, stop driving and answering uh, posts posts on Facebook from Stitchmania. I saw that the other day. You were driving along and typing in. No, I didn't see you, but you wrote it in there. I'm driving, and you answered something. So stop that. You got to quit that, girl. That's dangerous. Also, Stitcherista, hope you're feeling good today. Sent you a little package. You should have that by tomorrow. Let me know and if it arrives or if it doesn't arrive so I can check on it. Okay? And the other thing I don't want to forget is to tell you all how my hand is doing. I've had several of you ask about that, and that's really sweet. I appreciate that. It's better. You can tell that this finger is still swollen. I might be stitching a little more than I should. I think I said that the last time. You can't really see on my thumb. It's kind of swollen too, and I'm having a little bit of a problem with it. It's gotten really sore this week. I don't know what I did. At therapy today, they mashed my fist down. This finger doesn't want to go all the way down, but they closed it as tight as they could and wrapped it up with tape and then did a paraffin dip on it. It felt wonderful, and when they were done, it was really stretching better. So we're going to try that some more because we're concerned about me not having a good grip on this right hand. I don't know. Maybe it's just because the weather's getting ready to change here, but my arthritis is a little bit worse today. But that's pretty normal when the weather changes. Okay, I've got some stuff I want to show you. First of all, I did not make this. A very dear friend who is no longer with us in 1983 made this little apron, and it goes on a fireplace broom. I'm not sure you can see all that. I'm trying to get the whole thing in the picture. I have two fireplaces in my house. One is gas and one is wood, and I keep this one beside the gas fireplace because you don't ever use it for gas, obviously, and so it stays pretty clean and neat, and the broom, I mean. And so at Christmas time, I always put this little apron on it. One of my goals for this year is to make some more of those for different holidays. I think that would be really cute. I also have a couple of Christmas tree ornament pillows that I made last year. And I hate to tell you, but I don't remember the designers and I don't remember the fabric. I don't remember anything about these. But I'm still using that excuse about turning 70 in October. It's okay that I don't remember anything. I just am 70 and that's the way it is. In fact, funny story I'll tell you. Earlier this week, my husband and I were going to put up the Christmas tree. He was in a little bit of a hurry because he wanted to go hunting. So he went out to the storage and brought in a tree. It weighed, I don't know, 1,000,000 pounds or something. And he's older than me. So we're struggling with those kind of things that get really heavy. And he huffed and puffed and said a few things under his breath, and then he got it in and got it all set up, and it looked really pretty until he plugged it in. And three different strands on that lighted Christmas tree were burned out. Well, a little bit more huffing and puffing, and a few more things said slightly above under his breath. He wanted me to go buy a new tree, and I said, no, no, no. Just go look back in storage. I'm sure we have some lights. We'll just add some lights to it. Well, he went out and rummaged around for a while and he came back in and he said, "Well, I did not find any lights, but I did find another tree." I said, "What other tree?" He said, "I don't know, but I found another tree." So he came bringing it in and he put it all together. And y'all, it looked like Charlie Brown's tree, I promise you. And then, of course, we both remembered that we bought it last year. We had totally forgotten it. It's shorter than our older one, and it has about a third as many branches and weighs about a third as much as the other one did. And we did that on purpose because we knew we weren't able to bring that other one in anymore, except we had. So I had a little bit of a meltdown at that point. The tree just looked like Charlie Brown to me, and I just don't like Charlie Brown's tree. But I was determined that we were not going to go buy another tree, and we didn't. So we finally got it all set up, and I got decorations on it and stuffed enough stuff on there that you can't really tell that the branches are few and far between. It's not too bad, but it's not exactly what I wanted. This whole bit about getting 70, I laugh about it, but some days it's not so fun. Okay, the next thing I want to show you are a couple of FFOs. This pattern right here, this is by Brenda Gervais, and it is Saint Noel. Love this pattern. Love the way it looks in the picture. Mine doesn't look exactly like that, but I love the way this one looks in the picture. Sometimes I have a hard time understanding directions. Not Brenda's fault, just sometimes I struggle with directions with some of these things. So I just kind of made up my own. I knew I wanted a pocket that would hang because I wanted to put some greenery in it. So this is what I came up with. See if I can get this in the light. It's got a little thread on it there, doesn't it? I used some upholstery type fabric that's a little bit stiffer than normal cotton so that I would not have to use batting or fusible fleece or anything. I put a little rope hanger on it and lined it. Well, put this on the back and then on the back of the pocket inside here. And my intention is to put some little pine and berries down in there and hang this on one of my doors. I hope you can see that. The glare's a little bit bad on me. Okay, the next thing that I finished comes out of this magazine. If you all don't get this magazine, please look for it at your LNS because it is just wonderful. I love these magazines. It's for punch needle and for counted cross stitch, and this particular one has some great patterns in it. Somebody else has done this one. I don't remember who, but I do remember seeing it on somebody else's Flosstube. The Little Santa's Workshop. Now, I'm kind of backwards. I put my ribbon on the other end, and I haven't found a key yet that I want to attach this to, but I am going to put a key on here so that it will be the key to Santa's Workshop, and it's going to go on my tree as well. That magazine that I just told you about, here's the good news about that magazine. Good news for you, not so good for me. Somehow, I got carried away. I loved that magazine so much that I bought 2 of them. I have an extra. And in a few minutes, I'll tell you what I'm going to do about that because it's not the only one I did that way. There's a second one. The next thing that I have finished is a project bag. I used Vanna's tutorial from the Twisted Stitcher. So this is, the dimensions are, I cut the fabric 14 by 32. Isn't that pretty? I love it. I put that little mini ball braid on it, and I just love it. Got a Velcro opening, and I lined it with this coordinating fabric. That was a fun one. I think I'm going to make some more of those as gifts for some friends for Christmas. Don't you think that'd be good? I think they'd love that. That's the FFOs that I have. Now I have also Prairie Schooler. I think I showed that to you last time where I was working on it. That's the 2016 one. I did it on 14 count Aida. I have no idea what the color of this fabric is, though. Couldn't tell you. But the stitching is finished. I have not decided how I'm going to finish that. Don't you just love that reindeer? There's a few mistakes on there if you looked really closely, but if you're riding by on a fast horse, you sure won't see them. And you're not going to see him now because I'm not going to point him out to you. But I like it. I'm glad that I'm all done with him. I also showed you last time I was working on a Halloween piece called The Boys Are Back in Town. This is by Just Another Button Company. And it was a free pattern if you bought the buttons. So I have stitched this, and if anybody wants it, I'd be happy to give it away. But you would have to find the buttons for it, and I don't know where you could try Just Another Button Company. I haven't looked to see if they still have those. It called for Dye Works Gunmetal Linen 30 count. I chose not to do that because I didn't have it and I was trying to work out of my stash. So I just used a black Aida. I was lucky enough a year or so ago to be gifted with a lot of Aida cloth. It's not my favorite to stitch on, but it was free, and so I'm using it as I can. The little buttons just absolutely make this. There are several of them, all the faces and the owl and the bat up on the moon and something down there in the bottom, a skeleton head I see. I have no idea how I'm going to finish that one either, but I'm thinking I might frame it. I have quite a few Halloween pieces. Since I'm a quilter also, I have a lot of wall hangings and things like that I've made and hang up at Halloween. Those are just so fun for me. Now, whips. I started Cornwall Cottage Sampler by Rosewood Manor. This is on Zweigart Belfast Linen 32 count cream, and I'm using Weeks Dye Works threads. That's all I've gotten done on that. I've kind of told myself in my head that I'm just going to do this in January. I'm really going to work on it in January a lot. Right now I want to do some Christmas stuff. So I'm missing a piece here that I can't find, and my phone is ringing, and it's just going to have to ring. That's all I can say. I don't have time to answer that right now, but I will in a minute. I also am working on, don't know where it is, a snow piece from Country Cottage Needleworks that I've just begun as well. And that's what I'm going to focus on for December. I'm going to work on that little snow piece, and I have kitted out another little Rudolph one that I will show you in my next video, but not right now. So I think that's about all that I'm working on. The other thing I wanted to tell you about the magazines is darn it, it's just like patterns. If I see one and I like it, and I can't remember. I'm 70. I guess I'll be using that excuse until I'm 71 and then I'll switch. But I can't remember stuff very good anymore. So I bought 2 of these magazines. I bought, this one is, well, the 2015 Christmas issue, I believe is what that one is. And I also bought the winter issue. I have no idea what year because they didn't print it on there. Either that or I can't see it. But this one. Both of these have some really, really cute patterns in them. Really sweet. This is one that I thought was just really, really sweet and would be fun to stitch and fast for a little gift, a pincushion for someone. And this is kind of a companion piece to that. Isn't that pretty? That's in the winter issue. And there's a larger sampler that looks like this. I'm not so sure I would use that color fabric as the background, but I might. I don't know. It says, "Remember the days when we were young and free, when our future was a mystery. Now, time stands still, the post is long, but memories made are never gone." Sweet. Sweet pattern. This one is one of my favorites right here. This is from the Laura Ingalls Wilder story. And it says, Laura and Mary in their nightgowns slid the button string into Carrie's stocking. Isn't that cute? Love it. Love it. And then, where your treasure lies, there your heart lies also. That's a great pattern too. That's in the winter issue. In this Christmas issue is the Santa's Workshop that I just showed you. This primitive reindeer, gonna do that one for sure. In fact, I may kit that up this afternoon because that would be a really fast one to stitch. This one, Christmas, the most wonderful time of year. Love it. Love it. Y'all, I need to add some more days to my months. How about y'all? This one is called Good Yule. Yule spelled with a J, so I'm assuming it's a Scandinavian type. And it's a pretty one too, another primitive. Pages are not wanting to turn real easy on me. And then, look at this. Look at this bunny rabbit. Merry Christmas. Oh my goodness. How cute is that? That's the Christmas issue. Okay. I have a winter issue and a Christmas issue. If you are a subscriber and you would like to have one of those magazines, please leave a comment below. All the regular rules apply. Tell me which issue you would like to win. If it's both, that's okay. You can say both. And I will draw, let's say today's Friday. I'm going to be out of town next week, so 10 days, like a week from Monday, I will draw and get this mailed out. And yes, I will ship internationally, so please feel free, if you don't live in America, to go ahead and leave a comment on that. So, I think that's it. I got a lot more Christmas decorating to do. Need to get to work on that, and I hope to be back in 10 days to give you an update and a winner on these magazines. Have a great day, y'all.